probably something somebody doesn't know about you. And so I said, well, I achieved my goals as a bass player by the early 80s. And I knew there was more music in me, and it was going to be songwriting. And I'd written maybe 3 songs, but I was limited because I was a bass player. The bass was somewhat the foundation of my songwriting, and I needed to learn how to play the piano, because that's the orchestra, and I needed to find these melodies that were inside of me. So the other problem I had was I'm not a complete lyricist. I can maybe come up with a title or maybe a chorus or a verse, but I can never complete the lyric. So I was always looking for someone whose words spoke my melodies. So Amy and I are on our first date, and I'm thinking, oh, this gal's really smart, and 40 years ago, maybe I would have said, hey, you want to write a song together? But, you know.
So he's so creepy. He didn't do that, of course. That's not at all what happened. But I fell in love with these melodies immediately, and I wanted to help, and I would offer bits and lines, a poem one time. It couldn't work that way between us. But I will say, honey, it never crossed my mind to sit down with you and write a song.
It never crossed my mind to collaborate with a lawyer.
Point taken, right? But sometimes it felt as though there were already words waiting there in those melodies. And in the late summer of 2019, my sister-in-law, Jennifer, who's right here.
Jennifer, you gotta raise your hand.
You gotta raise your hand, right?
Okay.
And she said, sit down and you guys should write a song, which was a little crazy, so we did it. And we had this instant connection. It all went so fast, and it's very hard to explain.
It's like love at first sight.
Right. So we've got
that
romantic, right, and concrete, the story of maybe the third song that we wrote, which is, you know, surprisingly, amazingly, the foundation for Forever Is Now.
I always wanted to write a tango, just the whole visual part of what the tango means and what it represents. And I had a complete melody, and I had one lyric, and it was in Spanish. It was otra vez. And so I said, Amy, here's the melody, here's the complete melody, and you must use otra vez. So she had to write the lyrics based off of the word otra vez, and she came back with the lyrics. The words spoke my melody.
And what I heard in that melody was a tango of infinity. So this is otra vez. And I'm going to take a little water before I sing this one because it's long and hard.